Yo, welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet VGC video. I'm your host, Jose Rocks. Today we have another episode of Journey Through VGC. The current format we in is Regulation D. Y'all ready? Let's get into it. Ooh, okay, so for our first match with this team, we have Will. He also has Tornadus, Urshifu, and Chein-Pao. So that powerful combo. It's probably Water Urshifu, if I had to guess. And then he has a Flutter Mane, Iron Hands, and Amoongus Core. So he does have Flutter Mane. The potential Ghost Terrors on Chein-Pao. Focus Sash on Chein-Pao and Ghost Terror on Tornadus. I don't know if we want to go with Explosion here. I mean, outside of his Iron Hands, this looks really good, right? If he leads Iron Hands, Flutter Mane, he can just fake me out at Moonblast, right? I think I want to blow up the Iron Hands, right? So I want to go with this. I'll go with these two in the back. He could go for Trick Room here, like a fake out Trick Room. That could be strong. I don't really have a way around that. Besides bringing my Amoongus in the back. I feel like I always see everybody using that trainer card. Alright, Flutter Mane, Tornadus. Alright, so we definitely don't want to blow up here. Alright, so we get Smart Strike, Flutter Mane, Icicle Spinner, Tornadus. And this should be a double KO here. I guess what could be scary is a Sunny Day plus Choice Specs Dazzling or Moonblast into my Overqwil. But if he goes for that, and I just KO Tornadus, he doesn't get Tailwind up. Then I can Tailwind with my Tornadus. So we'll see what he does. There's a Tera. Here's on Flutter Mane. Alright, Fairy Tera. I think we should be able to survive a Gleam if he doesn't put the sun up. Alright, it's just Tailwind, so that's fine. We'll get brought down to Sash. You should pick up the Flutter Mane here. Oh, it's Moonblast. That might KO. Yeah, that's not good. There was really no way around that. I was hoping that it was Dazzling Gleam, because we could have survived that. Iron Hands is pretty bad here. I may can get around the fake out and KO Flutter Mane. If it's not bulky, then I can KO it here. If he fakes out Chein-Pao, I'm in a really good spot. Especially if it's not bulky and I can just one-shot it. He fakes out Tornadus, like most Tornadus are running Covert Cloak, so I'm shocked that he went for that. I gotta protect her and try to stall out this tailwind. And he outsped me, so we're speed tying. But he does target that slot, okay. To be honest, I could have just went for Aqua Jet there. He's consistently outspeeding me too. Is he Scarf? Because I could have just Aqua Jetted, KO'd him. Oh, but he doubled that slot, so. We could have just got a little bit of chip on Iron Hands, but it's fine. Is it fine? He has Chein-Pao. Sucker Punch just one-shots me, right? I gotta go for a double protect. Sacred Sword you. I do get the double protect. Let's see if he went for the Sucker Punch. Yes, okay. Now we can Sucker Punch him and Last Respects Iron Hands. And that's a speed tie. And he's still doubling that slot. Oh, he's under. I keep forgetting the tailwind is up. That's why. Okay. So it's a speed tie Sucker Punch. And I can just Last Respect you. Ah, that's a good protect. Why would you go for that? He might just KO himself with Wild Charge. He survives with one. If I just doubled the slot there, I would have been in a good spot. But I had to go for that, right? So it still comes down to a Sucker Punch speed tie. Unless he does not have Sacred Sword. And he goes for the double. Oh, that just wins me the game. Why would you do that? Now I don't even have to go for the Sucker Punch speed ties. I'm not sure what he was thinking there. But now we just click this. We just win. Yeah. I'm not sure what he was thinking there. Maybe he neutered to outsped him. He might have been adamant. Actually, the way he was playing, he might have been adamant. He might have known that he was going to lose the Sucker Punch speed tie, so he didn't want to go for it. Because he know I would most likely outspeed him. I am timid. Not timid, jolly. So that means my Sucker Punch will always go off before his, and then his will fail, right? So that might be why he went for that protect. And if you got the double protect and then read me going for a Sucker Punch into him, and then he uses Iron Hands to like deal damage to Chein-Pao, then I couldn't target both. Then that was his one con. So I see why he went for the double protect there. But enough about that one. Let's go ahead and get into our next battle. Ooh. So this is my first time going against Raichu in Scarlet and Violet. Or maybe just the past two series. I might have ran it. Actually, I may have ran into one in regulation A or B. It's been so long now. I know I didn't see one in C at all, right? And I haven't seen one in D. To be honest, Raichu would be really good in this format if Regieleki were more common. But the fact you don't see any Regieleki on the ladder, kind of like, it's completely invalidated because of the booster energies on like Flutter Mane and Iron Bundle just being able to outspeed it. Kind of make it like, you know, not want to be part of it. Then they can also both win Icy Wind, which kind of does Aleki's job better than it, right? So we don't want to bring you because we know Raichu's coming. Gastrodon's coming. If he does not lead Scizor, I could go with this again. kind of want to just get Rain up early though. And then you two in the back. So he has Gastrodon, Chi-Yu, Iron Bundle, Scizor, and Amorous. This is a really cool team. He has Electric Redirection with Raichu, and he has Water Redirection with Gastrodon. He wouldn't bring both. I might have to guess Raichu may stay home, and he just used like his immunities with Gastrodon to kind of deal with Thundurus. Oh, but he leaves Raichu. Okay, so this is fake out. I could just self-destruct here. Tera. Rain Dance. If he fakes out Tornadus, he's in a really bad spot. Let's see if we can go boom here. Oh, he gets the call right though. Okay. Oh, he has Tailwind on that. But I got Tailwind plus Swift Swim, so I'll still be able to get this off. I wonder if he has Protect there. If he sees this coming, then he should Protect. But if not, would you really have Tailwind and Protect on an Amorous? And even if he's switching Scizor, it's still going to take a lot of damage. And what I like about this, like what I explained in the team breakdown, was that blowing myself up gives me like a boost to my last respects immediately, right? So he does have Protect, so we may just take out Raichu unless it's Sash, which is fine. I mean, I just want to get it off the field. Are you Sash Raichu? He is, okay. He is not Tera yet. Okay, this Raichu is putting in work. Alright, so I expect Tera still on... I do got the Mental Herb, so that's a plus. I expect Tera still on the Enamorous, so I want to Protect here, scout out for Tera, and then Taunt Raichu. Because he's getting pretty annoyed with the fake out. But we are wasting his Tailwind turns. But we need to start making a move on the Enamorous pretty soon. He didn't protect it. What? Wow. I can't believe I could have just killed this in Embers. Or maybe he doesn't want a Tera because it's Fire Tera. Wow. He still doesn't Tera. Okay, well we just KO this. Raichu breaks the Sash, but whatever comes in takes a single target Bleak Wind Storm. Wow, that did a lot. That's definitely a special attack invested, Raichu. His Tailwind's almost over. Not like it really matters though. Since I have Tailwind up plus rain. Alright, Chi-Yu. So Chi-Yu's gonna take this single target Bleak Windstorm. Alright, almost does half. He's leftovers, okay? He's a bulkier variant. There's the Raichu back. So we're gonna protect and go for another Bleak Windstorm. KO the Raichu and see what his last is. How many turns of rain do I have left? 1 turn of rain, 1 turn of Tailwind. Okay. Because I put up the rain first, so they're both ending. Alright. So I need to see, when I can see his last, I'll know what's more effective. The rain is probably more effective to put up because it lowers Chi-Yu's damage output. Also, it speeds up what I have in the back. So that's a fake out. Can you get a speed drop here? He's leftover, so he's not Scarf, so we're in a good spot. The Snarl. That's gonna do a lot to Tornadus. I'm weak to Dark. Whew. And that was a crit. Well, that did less than I thought it would with the crit then. Alright, there's the healing. And what's his last? Is it Scizor? I think Scizor is actually pretty scary here. Gastrodon. Okay, so Last Respects just deals with that. Actually, I think I need to Rain Dance here, right? Because if he protects Chi-Yu, KOs Tornadus with Gastrodon, then I get outsped. I think his correct dance is to Rain Dance. He does protect. I wanted to taunt there so bad, but I think he may KO Tornadus. But he can't protect next turn. I don't think he KOs. Unless he goes for Muddy Water here and I just gave him a boost, then I'm in trouble. Just Earth Power though. Yeah, that is enough to KO. Alright, so Last Respects. Can it KO Chi-Yu from there? If not, I think we lose here. I can't go for any water attacks. I don't know if I'm faster. I'm gonna taunt Gastrodon. Last Respect should pick up here. Chi-Yu's not that bulky on the physical side, and I'm Life Orb, 150 base power. Nice. And so we taunt just so he can't yawn us and play for that win con. He might not even go for it, but it's just to cover for it. And he does go for it. Nice. And now we just click our attacks. Yep, and that gets us the dub. Let's go. Played that pretty well. Basculegion is really strong, man, for the end game. A lot of people try leading it, but I think it's better in the end game just because your Last Respecters get boosted. It's a really good Pokemon. I'm loving this team so far. So we, all right. I like this team. So he has Chein-Pao, Mimikyu. Mimikyu is a really good pick right now. It's really good into the Dragonite Chein-Pao things with Rocky Helmet. and people are kind of moving away from the mental herb. Just because Mimikyu's a ghost and like the fairy coverage is just really good into the format. Shadow Sneak and also like whatever filler move, Trick Room, Protect if you're gonna add to it. Mimikyu's really strong. So he has the snow core with Obama Snow Iron Bundle, and then he has potentially 2 water types with Urshifu and Gyarados. But I think that since he has Gyarados, that may be a Dark Urshifu. So we need to be wary of the sucker punches onto Basculegion, right? Basculegion just doesn't look good here. The Ghost, the Iron Bundle speeding into the grass, the water. I actually think I may leave that here. If he doesn't leave Mimikyu, I can kind of blow up, right? I think I'm gonna leave Tornadus Overqwil. What Tera is on this Amoongus? Still, actually, I like these two. These two in the back. Overqwil may be in a good pick here with the gunk shot into Obama Snow. So maybe I'm trolling by leaving it, but I feel like the Intimidate kind of just ruins it with Gyarados. I think Amoongus is strong here with Steel Terror. Alright, so I'm in a really good spot with Amoongus. So we can Steel Terror here. Rage Powder. Urshifu may switch. Sacred Sword, Urshifu. Start getting rid of it. That might be Ghost Terror on Chein-Pao, but I wasn't going after that yet. Oh, it's Dark Terror. I may not have needed the Tera. We should KO Urshifu here though. Because I think he's going for a dark type attack, right? That's the only reason you would Dark Terror. Oh, it's Rock Slide. What? Scarf Rock Slide. Is he Life Orb? Oh wow, that's really cool. He might be adamant too. That's really strong, to be honest. Sucker Punch may KO me. Oh, he's not going for it though. Is he Choice Band? He may be Choice Band on that. But why would you not go for Sucker Punch there with the Dark Terror? That might have been enough to kill my Chein-Pao. I think he was Choice Band, so Choice Band, Dark Terror, Throat Chop. Yes, that's beautiful. That's what we wanted to miss. Now we just need to set up Rain. And his Urshifu is Scarf, but he's locked into Rock Slide, which can pick up a double KO next turn. But he uses Tera, so we're in a good spot. So we set up Rain here. And I can Protect because Rock Slide is not contact. So I can let him KO Tornadus, get the free switch in. Set up Rain, and then just sweep from there. And whatever survives, Chein-Pao can like pick him off. Yeah, We need you to hit this and KO my Tornadus. Yes. Okay. Nice. See, the thing about Urshifu is I want you all to know that if you're new to VGC and this is your first time actually like using Urshifu, you didn't use it in Sword and Shield. Urshifu's moves that go to protect are only his contact moves. So those are moves that specifically make like him actually touching the opponent. Like Rock Slide and Icicle Crash and Earthquake, Stone Edge, those type of physical moves, while they are physical, they don't make direct contact. So they don't go through protect. So you can protect it from the Rock Slide. So he can switch here, but something's taking a lot of damage. Does he have any grass types? He does. He does have a Bomber Snow that can get rid of the rain. But I don't think he brought that. I think he brought Bundle or Mimikyu. So we'll go for One Bolt Storm here. I think Gyarados that could potentially survive. So I'm going to Ice Spinner it. He is switching. Is that a Bomber Snow? He did bring it. Okay. Okay, so now we can potentially miss. And we do miss something. Can we hit Urshifu? That's bad. Oh, we survived though. Alright, so we gotta hit Wimbo Storm here. We literally cannot miss. If he has Ice Shard, then we just lose. Oh, I can Sucker Punch. Hope for a crit. Yeah, I think we just lose here though. My opponent's team is so cool though with the Choice Scarf Urshifu. Ah, wait, I should have went for just Sacred Sword. Oh, that just cost me the game. Yeah. I read him going for ice. Ooh, wait. A full para here can help. Please? Pokegods? Oh, he's just a boost blizzard. Ah, I should have just hit with the Sacred Sword. Yeah, the double Intimidate is really bad for Chein-Pao. My opponent's team is really cool. I enjoyed that match, even though we lost. I think I could have played a little bit better by not. That's another reason why I was, in my previous videos I talked about overreading my opponent and expecting them to go for moves that they may not even have or plays that they might not even be thinking of. I was covering for Ice Shard, but I was never picking up the KO there anyway, right? So I should have just clicked Sacred Sword. I do think if Wimbo Storm hits and Urshifu doesn't get that Rock Slide off, I just win from there. But him bringing Obama Snow in the back was perfect. I think the only play I could have made differently was KO and Obama Snow, right? I literally couldn't make any other plays. And then the next turn, I just had to hope that Urshifu is Scarf and does not have Aqua Jet. And then I could potentially win from there. But that was a fun game. Let's get to the next one. All right, we have a fellow VGC member here, and he has the Cleavor team. I believe I remember this team from way back early in the season. Was this a Cybertron team? Let's see. I think I like Basculegion here. Amoongus looks good. I believe that Cleavor may be Scarf. Or is it the Rocky Helmet set? I kind of want to lead these two. Tornadus Basculegion in the back. My Thundurus looks really good here, but I don't like the Dragonite E-Speed stuff. If I remove both of these, he gets Tailwind up. Tailwind up, right? I think I just want to bomb and protect. Deal a bunch of big damage to Cleavor. Oh, there's Tailwind. Cleavor resistance, but this should still do a lot of damage. He's Stone X into Chein-Pao. So next turn we can just Sucker Punch him. I believe he's Scarf. See how much this does. If he's bulky, then he's definitely Scarf. Because if he was the bulky Rocky Helmet version, that wouldn't have done that much damage. Oh, that was a crit. Oh, that was on Tornadus though. Okay. So we get a KO and a half, and we lose one. We lose ours. Well, now we can bring our Tornadus out and Tailwind. And then Sucker Punch Cleavor. And my opponent might be thinking that I don't know that he's Scarf. So let's see. As long as he doesn't switch here, right? We should be in a good spot. Ghost Tera doesn't help me with any of these. He wants to get those rocks up, but we're not gonna let him. Alright. So then we get Tailwind up. And I may lose Tornadus here. Then it's a 2v2. And we have a turn of Tailwind after him. Okay. Unless I survive this and get Rain Dance up. Okay. Alright, so it's a clean 2v2. But he has Sucker Punch. But I have Tera still. Dragonite. My opponent has a Tera Jet either. I want to protect here. Tera. Icicle Spin on Dragon. Does Dragonite Tera here? I don't think he tears. I think his Chein-Pao tears. There's my ghost. Alright, there's his Tera. I hope it's his Chein-Pao, right? Ah, he does Tera Dragonite. I could have Sacred Sword of Chein-Pao and Sucker Punched it. That would have won me the game. But he can't E-Speed anything here. If he locks in the E-Speed, I know he's Choice Band, then he's in really bad trouble. He does lock in the E-Speed. I didn't even have to target him. Oh, but he doubled that slot. And he can't Sucker Punch me if I just keep protecting. Ooh, so I could just protect again and Sacred Sword. He can Sucker Punch me though. My Chein-Pao. It comes down. Alright. He can sucker punch me though, but his tail one should expire and then mine will be faster. Okay. It does come down to, well, actually, I could just Aqua Jet and sucker punch, right? Or I could just normal attack with both, because he can't target me with Dragonite. Oh, we got a guaranteed win con here. So he can sucker punch either one, it doesn't matter. Aqua Jet you here, Ice Spinner here, so my sucker punch can't fail. Because Dragonite can't hit us. He locked into E-Speed. He might have been hoping that I locked into normal Water Tera so I could survive Sucker Punch on Basculegion. Yeah, so I think this is a guaranteed win. And the idea is he can one-hit KO both of these with Sucker Punch, but he can only target one, right? And as long as I attack with both, then Dragonite can't win. So as long as I don't click Sucker Punch here and he wins the speed tie and it fails, then I should win. So I just Ice Spinner him. He can only pick one. And Dragonite can't do anything. He does Sucker Punch. Okay, but he picked that one. So now my Basculegion just beats his Dragonite. And all I gotta do is just keep clicking Aqua Jet. Right? And just don't kill myself with Wave Crash. And that's game. So this is one of the... Ooh, I am Life Orb though. I think I just need to get rid of this guy. Yeah, he's gonna play it out. Because he know I can potentially KO myself. Yeah, so one more do it. Let's get this over with. Nice. He stayed in to go for the I KO myself with recoil and life orb play, which I can respect. All right, so we've done really well through 4 games with this team. 3 wins, 1 loss. Let's get into one more. We got time for one more game. All right. So final match for today, we have Lando, Grimmsnarl, Gholdengo, Amoongus, Iron Hands, and Fluttermane. So this kind of looks like a regulation C team plus Landorus. He does have 2 ghosts. Landorus can be annoying here, but I think I can go with this lead. Amoongus in the back. Actually, I don't see nothing wrong with Basculegion up front. Amoongus in the back to help the trick him in case he goes for it. So did not expect this lead. Kind of want to try to wipe out Gholdengo if I can. I could Tera in the water. still doing a lot. Right? There's a Tera in the water. It's a good Tera. There's Reflect. So let's see how much this is doing with the Reflect up. And Water Tera, Rain boosted, Wave Crash. Yeah, it wouldn't have KO'd even without the Reflect, but it would have put him in the Aqua Jet range. So he's bulky, slow. I could have read into that too. I didn't want to. I don't think that it was worth it. I actually think that Wave Crash may be enough to pick up the KO with Bleak Wind. Could have been a damage roll. I did almost like 50%, like 49%. So if this does another 49, Bleak Wind could pick up. And then we'll be in a decent spot. Not with the parting shot, bro. Oh, good play, good play. There's Tornadus. I mean, Thundurus. I was just one shot if I targeted that slot. That did nothing. Oh, we get a crit though. Whoo! That crit definitely mattered. Holy. Holy. Oh, and he parting shot me and went into Landorus, which I'm -2, so that's why it did so little. Oh wow, that's really bad for my opponent. I'm just gonna Knot Amoongus and switch out into my Amoongus. Reset the Intimidate drops. I can't even say anything about that. My opponent played very well to set up his Goldango in a position to sweep me, and it just ended up not providing him anything. But that's the game you play when you're moving last. You leave yourself, open to crits. When you're moving, when your opponent can move before you. And his Goldango, while it is bulky behind screens, it's very slow. So it's very susceptible to getting crit. I wonder if his Landorus is Choice Scarf. Rain's about to end. I kind of want to set up Tailwind. And put it to sleep. So my opponent still has a chance with the Landorus, but once I get rid of Landorus, we're in a good spot. So there's my Tornadus. That's my best Amoongus answer. And get sport. Okay. Alright, so now I just keep clicking Ice Spinner into the lander slot. If he switches in Amoongus, then fine. Amoongus takes Ice Spinner. He may be Rocky Helmet, but as long as I just keep clicking Ice Spinner into that slot, I'll eventually KO Landers. And then I just Rage Powder away Grimmsnarl's Spirit Breaks. And also Grimmsnarl is going to be taking Rocky Helmet chip. So Landers should switch into Amoongus, which is fine. I would say this should do about a little over 50% to Amoongus. And then we get our sash broke. Alright, there's a Spirit Break. So Grimmsnarl takes chip. Ice Spinner to Amoongus, remove that from the field, and just Rage Powder again. If he has Protect on Amoongus, he should go for Protect and switch into Lando to get the Intimidate drop, and then switch Amoongus back out into Grimmsnarl. He does have that. Okay. Alright, so my opponent's playing well. Oh, but he didn't go for Parting Shot. Oh, wow. So the play he could have went for was switch out Grimmsnarl, get Lando in, protect Amoongus, then switch out Amoongus into Grimmsnarl to get your Amoongus health back. Right? But then I could just target his Lando. But he could bait me and switch out Lando back into Grimmsnarl and then Spore with Amoongus. So he had a couple plays he can do for it, but I'm just going to keep clicking Ice Spinner to the slot and Rage Powder. He can switch in Lando here, but it's going to get KO'd. And he just goes for the double. Yeah, he had some plays he can make. Overall, I still do think I'm in a good spot. But that crit was crucial, you know. Maybe I could have got Chein-Pao in and just Sacred Sworded the Gholdengo for a KO. But that crit was enormous. Like, just being able to pick up that KO, it didn't get any moves off. Had it got a move off, it would have just double KO'd both of my Pokemon. Both my Tornadus and my Basculegion. Now he sets up another Reflect, but we just keep clicking the Ice Spinner into that slot. We don't give him a chance to wake up. He hasn't taken a turn of sleep either. I do think he might be Scarf. But he hasn't taken a turn of sleep, so we just keep Rage Powder. And like Grimmsnarl can just do nothing to him. It's just KOing itself at this point. He can set up a Reflect here. I think the key turn after the crit, though, that potentially won us the game was not flinching to Rock Slide from Landers and getting the Spore off. He is Scarf, but that's his first turn of sleep, so we're in a good spot. And now I can just Sucker Punch him if this doesn't KO, but it does. Nice. And Grimmsnarl can't beat all three. So this last game was iffy. I do think I potentially lost if it wasn't for that crit. So props to my opponent. He played Gholdengo masterfully. Also, had I brought Thundurus in the back and not Amoongus, I probably would have been in a lot better position. But after the crit, Amoongus was key to winning this game, right? You see how effective it is to just dealing with Grimmsnarl. So we just Spore here. But that's going to be game. And that's going to do it for our first couple of games with this team. I've had some fun with this team. Let's get into a review. All right, so here we are with the our rain team. So there is a rental code up at the top right. After playing, about 5-6 games with this team, plus some practice matches, it is really strong. I do love the Overqwil set. I like the Choice Band Explosion plus Normal Tera. If they don't have any protects or ghost types or like steel or rock types, which is asking a lot, but just specifically ghost types and protects, because even rock types and steel types take a lot from the self-destruct with Chein-Pao on the field, right? So it's not even a real resistance at that point. So just ghost and protects or focus sash could kind of like mess that strategy up. So I wouldn't always go for that, even though it seems like it should be really easy to do. And also, like, a couple of people are catching on to Overqwil and kind of are prepared for what it can do. So sometimes you may just blow up for no reason, right? So just keep that in mind when you're playing with this. And like I say, also focus sashes can be kind of annoying. But I think this team is strong. I don't think I utilized Thundurus to the best of its ability in this episode, but I do believe that I'm gonna try to lean towards using it more. It is really frail, but the electric coverage is really good. The thing about this team is a lot of the times Chein-Pao and Basculegion can kind of force different mons to Tera into water to deal with it, so they don't just get KO'd by them. And then that can bring Thundurus in the end game, and you can kind of sweep with Windbolt Storm if you have the rain up, right? So that's my opinion on this. I do think Thundurus may play better alongside Pelipper instead of Tornadus, because you have to manually set up the rain, whether it's being able to switch in rain and have automatic rain and like go for like helping hand. So that's something I may explore in the future. But for this team, I just wanted to try Tornadus because I like the way Tornadus fits alongside the Overqwil plus the Chein-Pao and Basculegion, right? So this team just kind of comes together to make like a really powerful hyper offense rain team. And like I said, you have Amoongus there to help you with the Trick Room matchup, right? If you see potential Trick Room on your opponent's team, or you think that they may go for it, there's three things that you can do. The first thing, which is the obvious thing to do, is to go for a taunt on Tornadus to stop Tailwind, right? I mean, to stop Trick Room. But the thing about taunt on Tornadus is that if they have terrain or like dazzling from Bruxish, Queenly Majesty from Serena, or Armortail from Farigarath, or like I say in terrain, Psychic Terrain from Indeedee, or a Mental Herb on one of their mons, then taunt is completely ineffective, right? And a lot of the times, every team has at least one of those options that, as far as being Trick Room teams. Trick Room teams don't just get stopped by taunt. Like a Trick Room option on a team can get stopped by taunt, but not hard Trick Room teams, right? So taunt is not really that effective when it comes to it. The second thing that you can do is you can go for Overqwil plus Chein-Pao, Ghost Tera Chein-Pao, and then just self-destruct with Overqwil and try to just erase their Trick Room user right there. And then whatever one is Trick Room, and if you think that self-destruct might not KO it, just double up into it with Chein-Pao if they have like a fake out user next to Chein-Pao, right? So that way you are immune to the explosion and the fake out, and then you can attack with both. The last thing that you can do is play with Amoongus, right? And use Amoongus plus Basculegion and Chein-Pao for like protects and swaps and things like that, because the Tornadus, Thundurus, and Overqwil can't protect, and that's your kind of way to play out of the Trick Room. That's just in my experience on how I did it. Amoongus is really good in rain against Trick Room, against like those Torko teams, if you can get your rain up, right? But that's kind of how you want to play those Trick Room matchups. They can be kind of tricky, but overall, this team is, like I said, it's really strong. It's hyper offense. A lot of the times you're going to be moving before your opponent, and that's some of the strength of this team. So if you like it, you want to give it a try. Like I said, there's a rental code up at the top right, as well as there is a Poke Paste down below for anyone who wants to try this team on Showdown. But that's going to be it from me. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, deuces.